The other day, I decided I was going to forget about life for just a little while and go downtown and get a piece of cake. Because you know when you have those days when it seems like a piece of cake will make everything all better? So I'm standing there in line and I'm looking at all the cakes and I'm thinking about the German chocolate cake. And I'm only like 2 people away from the counter and I'm feeling really good. Because I'm saying this mantra to myself that I made up that I would like to share with you. So, I close my eyes, I take a deep breath, and I say, may I feel like I feel when I'm about to eat cake. And then immediately you think, ooh, cake, like you might get some and you feel better again. It works every time. Greg Wallach is a New York-based writer living with cerebral palsy, who faces the challenging reality of being both physically disabled and gay. But Wallach doesn't dream of living a different life. Instead, through his unique brand of humor, he reminds us all to appreciate the lives we are given, with all of their meaningful moments, no matter how large or small. About to Eat Cake by Greg Wallach. So I'm there in line, and just then my cell phone rings. It's my friend Karen, and she's down south. Now, she's just been dumped by her boyfriend. She was dating a gay Elvis impersonator. I mean, I knew he was gay, but she didn't. And isn't that strange? You know how sometimes you can fall in love with someone and not even see them? He left her a note on her pillow that said, I've fallen in love with another man. I moved back to New York. Thank you very much. And I'm there on the phone with her and I'm saying, Karen, you know, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. But then I realized how difficult that must be to hear when you just found out that the Elvis you thought you knew and loved turned out to be totally queer. So I knew what I had to do. I had to forget about the cake. Hang up the phone and go south. But when I got there, she was doing pretty bad. So I said, hey, come on, let's go for a ride. Let's go get some cake. And so we're driving along the back roads of the South. And it is so beautiful. And the amazing thing about being there is that there are these little churches everywhere with these big billboards out front with these amazing little sayings on them. And one of them said, we love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I thought that was so great because it was this completely sweet sentiment, yet it was totally passive-aggressive at the same time. And I kind of related, so I wanted to go in. When we got into the church, it was a Southern Baptist televangelist church. And we go down and we sit in the front pew, and the minister is up there. And he's preaching about the spilling of the blood of the sinners and how Christ is going to come down and wipe the blood from the seat of judgment. And I'm there and I'm thinking, oh my God, Christ is going to come down and wipe the blood from the seat of judgment. And I don't know about y'all, but whenever I hear a minister talking about the spilling of the blood of the sinners, I mean, I could just be projecting, but I think he might be talking about me. But right then, a woman comes up to me and says, are you comfortable? Well, it's a little hot in here, but no. I mean, are you comfortable living in that body? Yeah, you know, just move along. But right then, her and 3 other men grab me and take me up to where the minister is preaching. And then he grabs my head and says, I want you to get the devil out of your body, get the devil out of your legs. I want you to throw down those canes and walk. I want you to get the devil out of your body, get the devil out of your legs. And he's grabbing my head, and I want you to get the devil out of your legs. And then palm flat smacks me in the forehead. But instead of sort of leaning backwards, I just sort of fall back and come upright again. And then he gets really angry, like I'm not working with him. So then he gets down on both his knees and he starts rubbing my legs. And he's saying, I want you to get the devil out of your body, get the devil out of those legs. I want you to throw down those canes and walk. And he's rubbing, and I want you to get the devil out of your body. And oh my God, guess what happens? I get an erection. Which even for me is totally out of control. And I'm thinking I am certainly going to hell now. And he's there and he's rubbing, and I want you to get the devil out of your body, get the devil out of your legs. And I'm thinking, sir, that is not where the devil is right now. And you guys, I just did not know how to get out of it. And the crazy thing is, I can actually sit down these canes and stand up on my own and walk a couple steps. And I don't know if it was the TV or the people everywhere, but I just couldn't get out of it. So I sat down my canes. I stood up on my own. And the congregation is freaking out. And the minister is looking at me like, oh my God, I actually did it. And you guys, you know, I always did sort of want to be on TV. I just never thought it would happen that way. But then I thought for a minute, what if he really did have the power to heal me? You know? And I just didn't believe him because somehow I was the most cynical person in the room. And then I wanted to be brave in church and stand up to him and say, who are you to heal me of this? I mean, can you make me less neurotic? Can you find me a better job? How about the perfect boyfriend? But not this. This is not at the top of my list. But I wasn't brave. And I didn't tell him. And afterwards, my friend Karen punches me in the arm and says, hey, come on, let's go for a ride. Let's go get that cake. And so we're driving into Athens, Georgia, and we get to the Grit restaurant. And she's sitting there with her triple layer white sponge cake with chocolate frosting. And I'm there with my German chocolate cake. And as I sink my fork through the layers, I realize this is what it's all about. These are the moments where we find our faith through the joy of the anticipation of the moment. Because there will always be fantasies about being someone else. And there will always be people who want to heal you so that they can feel better. And there will always be a gay Elvis impersonator who will break your heart. So I sit back, I open wide, and I say, may I feel like I feel when I'm about to eat cake.